What the hell's going on, you guys? It is People Play Negative AE, and welcome to a new game. This is called Will, a Wonderful World. I have no idea what to expect. I'm going in with the expectation that this is a visual novel, but it looks like there's a lot more interactivity than a visual novel may be. So I don't know how long we're going to play this. I don't know what this is really, but when this icon appears, autosaving is in progress. The game includes occasional fuck plots? Shit plots? When spooked, please scream loudly and disturb your neighbors. To guarantee the best experience, please pick a dark night, some hot coffee. I don't have hot coffee. Have the tissues ready. Plug your mouse in and put on your headphones. Alright, it's a dark night. I'm going to turn off the lights. Because why not? Here go my lights. Alright. Let's start our adventure. So I guess it's a scary game? I don't know what's going on. Yes. Okay. So, suitable for players who are not familiar with this type of game. There will be hints to help you navigate through the levels. You may change the difficulty at any time to challenge yourself. The door to a wonderful world is now open in front of you. We're not going to go lunatic. I don't know why I was even considering going lunatic. We're not going lunatic. There's an urban legend. Write your troubles down in a note, hold it in your hand at midnight, and pray. God, please help me. And God will hear your plea and change your fate. It was only a legend, though, that has gone viral for a brief period of time. Excerpt from Modern Urban Legends. Okay. My head hurts. Where am I? What happened? Finally woke up. I've been waiting for so long. I was beginning to worry that you might never wake up. A talking dog. And are you, your neighbor's dog Fluffy? A pet? My pet? Must stay calm. Dare you call me a pet? Do I look like a pet? Well, yes. I like that face. I am your servant. Don't you remember? Servant? What is this talking dog going on about? Am I having a dream? Servant, as in you could help me fetch the newspaper? You lost your memories? Lost my memories? Yeah, you fell down the stairs yesterday. And you passed out. I suspected you might have hit your head. I fell? It's not hurting anywhere. Okay, let's settle down a little. How about a quick test? Now look into my big, beautiful eyes. Tell me, what is my name? Fluffy? Fluffy my ass! Well, guess you really did lose your memories. My name is Will. Sometimes I go by Willy. Willy? Yes, Willy. Willy Wonka? No, it's just Willy. I don't own a chocolate factory. Also, don't you know that chocolate is dangerous for dogs? Wait, I'm not a dog. Oh boy, it seems worse than I thought. Listen to me carefully. Not a dog, and you're not a human. That doesn't sound right. We are gods. What? Yes, that's right. We are gods. How did you know that I was thinking just now? I'm a god. Of course I know. As gods, it is our job to change the fate of humans who ask us for help. Humans encounter all kinds of trouble in their lives, and sometimes they pray to us, hoping for some kind of miracles, as they call it. We can help them grant their wishes. Or not. It's all up to you, of course. wait. Stop blabbing so fast. I don't understand what you're saying at all. I'm not babbling. You're just too slow. You know what? Let's start with the job orientation, shall we? Come over here. It's time to do some work. Wait. Are we starting already? I don't have a clue on what's going on. Besides, didn't you just tell me that we're gods? Why do gods have to work? Don't lie to me just because I've lost my memories. Not lying. In any case, if you don't finish today's work, we won't have any dinner tonight. Fine. Okay. See that small red box? The message from the human today. Alright, let's see what she's got herself into this time. I want to go home. My name is Li Wen. I am a senior at Yingnan High School. Today I went to play tennis for the first time since I had moved to my new place at a nearby tennis court. A very ill-maintained court, so barely anyone ever used it. The light over the tennis court was maintained by some of the residents themselves. The dim light bulb kept making a buzzing noise. 1, 2, 3. I had just hit all 30 balls I had, though I picked up the now empty basket. I walked to the other side of the court and collected the balls before hitting them all again. No one else was on the tennis court. All I could hear was the sound of my balls hitting the racket and of them bouncing off the ground. The light bulb flickered twice and went out. I picked up most of the balls and left the court, walking towards a small alley I had walked through earlier on my way to my court. The alley was always dark no matter what time of day it was. I kept humming to myself quietly in my head, just to be less scared. I arrived at my apartment when I suddenly realized my keys were not in my pocket. I tried to think back. I must have left them at the tennis court. If the light hadn't suddenly gone out, I would have noticed that they were not on me. Well, this sucked. It was too late to go back to the court, not to mention I might not be able to find it anyway without any light. The desk lamp was on the manager's office, as was the radio, but nobody was there. I stood outside the window and waited for a long time, but Uncle Sun, who was supposed to be on duty tonight, never showed up. The motion sensor in the hallway, lights in the hallway, kept turning on every few minutes. I was beginning to feel a little scared. The late night talk show was on. The hosts were talking about an unpopular urban legend that had also been making the rounds of school too. It said that if you wrote a note to God in the middle of the night, then God would solve all of your problems for you. Jing was really into this stuff. Well, if such a God really exists, maybe he or she could help unlock the door for me? Or make Uncle Sun come back to his office soon? Please. You win. Okay, so this is red. If the light hadn't suddenly gone out, I would have noticed that they were not on me. Well, people always write to gods just because they forgot their keys. Not always, no. But humans are exceptionally annoying. You'll see a lot more random nonsense of all kinds in the future. Forget about why she asked for our help for now. Let's take a look at how we may help her. Now, use this pen I just gave you. We can slice this letter into several pieces. Now, see, some of these pieces are black, and some of them are white. To prevent logical chaos, some of these pieces cannot be moved. These pieces are designated in black. Meanwhile, white pieces can be moved anywhere with one exception. No white piece can go past the first or last... No white pieces can go past the first or the last piece. If you rearrange the white pieces, these events will happen exactly as you want the human one. If your rearrangement has altered the previous casual links within the event, naturally the ending of the letter will be changed. Well, that's about it. telling me that I could change what has happened to the human just by moving these sentences around? Exactly. Isn't that straightforward? Oh gosh, that is so awesome. Can you do it too? Only the person who is holding the pen is capable of doing this. Go ahead, give it a try. Once you make a decision, just click OK. Well... The light hadn't gone out, so I just moved those two and hit OK, right? The alley was very dark to begin with, but with the light gone it became pitch black. I couldn't even see the hands in front of my face. I have to have a feeling that something was going to happen. Scenes from horror movies and homicide shows that I've seen suddenly flash through my head. As I was too scared, I turned around and picked another longer way home. The detour was crowded, and... The detour was a crowded and lively street. It was full of people hanging out and waiting in front of bars. And a lot of arcades were still open. I was planning to head straight home and go to bed, but I saw the latest version of Stuffed Sir Spotty window of an arcade. Hey, there's some text highlighted in blue here. That means it's a term archived in our dictionary. The humans' letters often include some special terms related to their day-to-day lives. These terms will be highlighted. Since we are gods, there's nothing that we don't understand. Therefore, when we encounter one of those strange terms, a definition will automatically appear in the dictionary. We might either click on the blue highlighted text to see the explanation, or browse all of them in the archived dictionary. By the way, similar to the dictionary, we also keep a record of all the profiles of everyone who has written to us. All you need to do is click on their header pictures in the letter section screen to read about them. Oh, being a god is so convenient. A cartoon cat character by British artist Kevin Clifford quickly became a global phenomenon because of his unique style and laser-sharp eyes. It's a cute cat. Fortunately, it was not for sale. I had to get him out of a claw machine. Really wasn't good at those. Spent almost all the cash I had on me, but I didn't come close even once. As we were about to close, please check your belongings and don't leave anything behind. I lowered my head in disappointment. I noticed there was a bottle of some kind of drink on the counter that had appeared out of nowhere. Perhaps somebody had forgotten it there. I picked it up and threw it in the trash on my way out. I got home and turned on the light. All of the boxes I had moved in 2 days were still lying all over the floor. Tomorrow, I'll unpack them tomorrow. I'm too exhausted now. At least the shower felt great. I got out of the shower, climbed into bed, and immediately fell asleep. Good night. Rank S. I like that, even though I had to move one thing. Look, because of what you did, now it's the alley that is the broken light bulb instead of the tennis court. Therefore, the girl could not have left her keys at the dark tennis court. Although it was only a tiny change, you have indeed changed your fate. More importantly, you might have changed more than what we are seeing right now. The impact of this tiny event could last for a long time, maybe influence her entire life. A chain reaction like this is called the butterfly effect in the human world. Ooh. How deep does this game go? I always think that at the beginning. We still can't be certain about how big the impact of our future is going to be. But keep in mind that our power has a potentially dangerous side to it. We must never abuse it. I understand. Well, we are done with this letter. Let's go back and see if there are more. Okay, I'm down for level 2. Being a god is so easy. Don't get too excited, you still have a lot to learn. I have fetched the letters for you up until now. From now on, you should be getting your own letters. I have placed a mailbox in the bottom left corner of the screen. If the flag is up by the mailbox, that means there are new letters inside. Did you hear a sound like ding ding just now? That's the new letter notification. When you hear it, it means there's some new letters that have arrived. If you've processed all the letters at hand, then go check the mailbox. Okay. So we have a guy quest and a girl quest. Let's do the guy quest. Ooh, they're connected. Let's do the guy. Sometimes we might see multiple messages from one or two people at the same time. Why do humans have so many problems? In cases like this, you have to read through both messages in one breath before we can start working on them. Ooh. What are you doing? I'm trying to see how long I can hold my breath. I don't think I could finish 2 letters in one breath. It's just a metaphor. Well, what should I do to find the other letter after... Wait, what should I do to find the other letter after reading the first one? After reading one letter, you might see the next letter option. Whenever you need to switch between the 2 letters, just use the next letter to switch back and forth. Okay, I'll start now. It had been 10 years. I had been cursed since the incident. Every time I picked up my paintbrush, my mind would start tormenting me, wreaking havoc. For 10 years, I hadn't been able to paint anything. I was suffering. Deserved it. By now, I had spent all of my savings, and I was still alive. A friend was kind enough to set me up with a teaching job at a high school, the art class. It'd start tomorrow. Wasn't particularly well paying, but for someone who had been living without power, water, or heat in his apartment. It was like a burning pit of charcoal in the middle of a blizzard. I was really grateful to my friend. Ironically, I had just bought myself some charcoal earlier today. Thought I might be able to leave something worthwhile to the world as a painter before I died. Yes, I wanted to make one of those final masterpieces. I set up my easel, and 1 hour passed. 2 hours. 3 hours. I had to put down the brush. Even if I managed to paint something, how would it be different from all the other garbage in this room? It would just be another piece of soulless trash. Just like me. All trash. Poured the coal into a basin, poured it onto the bedroom floor. Put on my best clothes. Carefully made my bed. I lit the coals. Tried the doorknob and realized the door was not locked. I chuckled. That was careless of me. Double-checked all of the doors and windows, making sure that all of them had been locked and sealed. Couldn't take any chances. I lay down on my bed. All I could see was her face. Here I come, honey. Sorry for making you wait so long. Oh, damn. God, I am ready. Please, take me away. When thou ren. Interesting. Okay, next letter. The apartment building I had just moved into was quite old. It didn't have an elevator, so I had to climb the stairs every day. As usual, it was already past midnight when I got back from tennis practice. I noticed something was at my door as soon as I walked into the 4th floor hallway. What's that? A bouquet of roses. And the Sir Spotty toy I had seen in the arcade a few days ago. I had a sudden, sinking feeling of anxiety. Getting strange emails starting the day before yesterday. This was the first one. Been watching you for a long time. Yep, that's a message right back to me. At first I thought maybe someone had sent it to the wrong address by accident. Or it could have been some random phishing email, so I didn't pay any attention to it. Next day I had received another one. Please write back to me. I had no idea what those weird symbols mean. I mean, that's obviously a face. Whoever had written these emails seemed to think that we knew each other. My cell phone suddenly buzzed in my pocket. I had a new email. I clicked on the email app with a shaking finger. Okay. Couldn't understand the symbols at all, but the words in the middle. Sudden, felt this feeling on my back, as if I was being watched by someone or something. But my body had frozen up, and I didn't dare turn around. I looked into the reflection of the glass window in front of me, trying to see if there was anything behind me. It wasn't. I was just being paranoid. Still, I decided to go spend the night at Jing's place just in case. Walked towards the staircase, but then I heard it. Footsteps coming up the stairs, closer and closer. Could it be at this late hour? Could it be who had written those emails? I immediately turned around and ran back towards my apartment. But I lived alone. What if they broke in? He would force me into a corner, pull a chainsaw out from behind him, and cut me into pieces. God, no. Stopped at the door of my neighbor, room 414. I choose you. Help me. No matter how hard I knocked, nothing happened. I tried not to cry so much that I wouldn't be heard, but tears were already streaming down my face. Down we went. Footsteps stopped at the 4th floor. We're now moving towards me. Made a turn. Only one more turn between us. It's too late to hide in my own apartment now. I held my tennis racket up and swung it as hard as I could with my eyes closed when the person arrived at the corner. The person I hit had wobbled and fell down the stairs. It's Uncle's son. He seems to just be going around the building and picking up the trash. The son was lying on the ground and he was not moving at all. God, what have I done? God, please help me. Please. Please. He went. Alright, so let's start this shit. When there's more than one letter, the white pieces can be moved left and right as well, in addition to up and down. Since it will impact the fate of both people, you must be careful when making your decisions. Damn. Wait, I tried the doorknob and realized that the door is not locked. That's hilarious. I chuckled. That's crazy. And I just pressed OK. That's cool. I like that. This is an interesting VN. An interesting visual novel. God, I am ready. Please, take me away. What was that noise? I struggled to sit up in my bed. My head felt like it was going to explode. Damn it. Just a little longer and God would have taken me. Made that noise, be it a burglar or a utility guy. Never forgive them. Excuse me, sorry for the intrusion. Sneaked into my neighbor's apartment. It was completely dark inside and smelled funny. It's so hard to breathe in this apartment. Wonder who would live in such a place. Shut the door right behind me. I accidentally knocked over some jars that were shelved next to the door and they made some very loud noises. Still nobody responded. I suppose that really wasn't anyone home. I looked out for the peephole while I held my breath. Then old humpbacked man walked by the door with empty plastic bottles in his hands. It was just little son, the manager. Phew. This one is easy too. As Shakespeare said, security is mortal's chiefest enemy, which could mean that overconfidence is the man's greatest enemy. Jake's, what? Who? Shakespeare. He's one of the greatest writers in human history. Confidence is man's greatest enemy? Well, I am no man. Okay, then how do you know to write this person's name in Chinese? Wait. I might have read that wrong. Idiot. It's written as... No clue. Okay, I get your point. It's only easy because you are just getting started. You will see soon enough. Alright. What does the yellow star mean? When you see a yellow star, that means you have unlocked all of the possible endings of that particular event. Should I try to collect all the yellow stars? Oh no, that won't be necessary. Our job is just to help the humans with their troubles. No matter how many times we try or how many endings we unlock for the humans, there's only one ending to each story that they will ever know. So it really doesn't matter whether you unlock all of the endings. In that case, what is the star here for then? Well, I know you're asking me, but to be honest, I don't really know either. Interesting. This man is really trying to kill himself. Farewell, he says. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and end this here. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed today's episode, please hit the like button. I really appreciate it. This is an interesting visual novel. I think we'll play this for a little while longer. If that's okay with you guys. I'm interested to see how complex this will get, because I know there's gonna be like some shit that like I'm gonna like move something somewhere and it's gonna be like super terrible, but I'm gonna think it's good. It's just one of those games that I'm gonna mess up real hard one of these chapters. Anyway, see you guys in the next episode, whatever it may be. Peace out, you guys.